Support for today's Heat Treat Radio episode is provided by the Quintus ebook, High Pressure Heat Treatment, Leading the Renaissance of Hot Isostatic Pressing. Get it today at www.heattreattoday.com/ebook. And welcome to Heat Treat Radio, a podcast from Heat Treat Today. Whether you're listening to us or tuning in via video on heattreattoday.com/radio, we're glad to have you. At the front of some major developments in heat treat technologies is Slawomir Wozniak, CEO of SECO WARWICK, and he is talking about the latest trends in heat treat, especially the technologies his company is leading with, as well as the effect of the war in Ukraine. Slawomir has been leading SECO WARWICK out of the company's headquarters in Poland since 2019. He takes pride in their commitment to providing heat treat equipment and more to manufacturers from various sectors around the world. Let's join them now.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing well. So the first thing I want to ask you is, last time we met, last time we spoke in an interview was actually 2019.
Right.
And we were in Germany at
Term Process.
Right. And you were just getting into the CEO.
Fresh in the role, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to just ask, 4 years. We're basically coming up on 4 years. How has it been for you personally and for the company? But I'm curious for you personally. Has it been good?
Oh, good question. Yeah. Yeah, it was a very nice time, and I was not expecting so many, challenges, especially, since I took a role in 2018. It was June, and we started to work on the new strategy for the company, for the group. And then COVID came. Pandemic changed everything, and so we had to implement a lot of, changes in the company, cope with all the challenges. But it was a good time, absolutely very good time, and many things happened to the company, positive things, and we grow up with a business. We reorganize our companies, especially in China and in US. And I see it very successful, and I have a great team to work with, and the team supports me since I am with the company for more than 20 years. So I know all the people very well, and they cooperate and support me every day. So it was very good time for me, and I'm looking forward, to have another couple of years, to run the business.
Well, and that's it. And I will talk a little bit later about the, what you're looking forward to. But in one sense, really, this year, maybe portions of 2022, but definitely 2023 will kind of be back to almost like a normal year. No, very limited.
It looks
COVID.
It looks like. However, we still feel the impact of the war in Ukraine,
Yes.
and the global supply chain has been deteriorated by pandemic, and then it followed by the war in Europe, and so we had to also reorganize the way how we do the things in the company. But you're right, the business is good today, and although we see some recession on the horizon, but this year is extremely good for the company, and extremely good in US, but also we see a good business in Asia, in Europe.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the markets are growing and booming, and our companies in the group are also having good business, and new products are also were implemented on the market in the last couple of years. And so we see a good future.
Yeah, that's good. So I also understand that there's a 60th anniversary coming up here for.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Anniversary coming for WARWICK.
Yeah.
And the company was established in 1963. That's right. So next year we would like to celebrate 60th anniversary.
Yeah.
For WARWICK in Buffalo, New York State, and this is something which keeps us energized about the US market. And we would like to also highlight our footprint on US market, because we have actually three companies. We have WARWICK, we have SECO Vacuum Technologies, and SECO Corporation.
Yeah.
And so we would like to also see the companies working together, and we see a big interest from US customers to get equipment made in US.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So WARWICK produces vacuum metallurgical equipment in United States, we would like to also build vacuum furnaces in US, and obviously SECO Corporation. They are in business for so many years, and we would like to continue with production of atmospheric furnaces and aluminum process furnaces. And also we think about aluminum brazing equipment to be built in US for North American customers.
Right. Well, I know that I want to delve deeper into the North American strategy here in just a little bit, but before I do, just want to back up and talk about SECO WARWICK SECO WARWICK organization. I call it SECO WARWICK Group. I know it's SECO WARWICK SA, I believe, but the SECO WARWICK Group, the strategies. I know you guys are a technology company primarily, right? I know you manufacture equipment, but I know the emphasis has always been that you are a technology company. I'm kind of curious what our listeners could be looking forward to in the next couple of years as far as technologies that might be coming down the pike.
Yeah, very good question. Yeah, you're right. We are a typical technological company, engineering company, which provides technological solutions for our customers. So we do not only provide the equipment, but we provide the complete solutions for our customers. And what we see on the market is a big interest in, we call it the green technologies, all the technologies which are in line with the directions given by a global trend of reducing of carbon footprint. So we have a very nice technologies which can provide the solutions for our customers, like low pressure carburizing, zero flow nitriding, and all the other technologies which also reduces the time for the process and energy consumption. We call the green technologies, and we see a big boom because the carbon footprint needs to be reported and by our customers, and we have to also provide the report. Okay, what was the carbon footprint generated during production of our equipment, but also what our equipment will produce during a process. I mean, what will be the emission of CO2, and we have some solutions which reduce significantly the emission of carbon dioxide, and then this is what our customers are looking for. Also, we see a big interest in conversion of heating systems from gas to electrical, because customers can buy green electrical energy, and they cannot buy the green gas, right?
Obviously, so much, not unless you do hydrogen, which isn't quite ready yet.
Right. So all these technologies are very much in big interest of our customers, and so this is why we are forcing also the new development of our solutions and to replace all technologies like gas carburizing by low pressure carburizing, and this is what we see on the horizon. Also, e-mobility. All the car manufacturers, they are declaring that by 2035 they will be not producing any longer internal combustion engines in cars. So we have a great product for brazing of battery coolers for electrical vehicles. Aluminum brazing process, and this equipment is produced in Europe and in China, and we provide the solutions for global OEMs for various locations worldwide. And this is also, we see a booming technology, and with the growth of e-mobility, we also see a growth of our business.
Have you seen much of the growth in the green movement? Have you seen it as much in North America as you're seeing in other regions of the world?
We see some interest of some of the customers. It's not as big as it is in Europe, but considering the global supply chain, even our US customers, when they will produce some components, they will need also to be in line with this global strategy, and because the end users, the customers of users of the components which are heat treated in our equipment, they will ask for the certification of the carbon footprint. So this is why it is still not on the level as we see in Europe, but we see more and more customers, companies asking for green solutions, because they need to also be in line with the trend.
Well, I was wondering because you do tend to hear that the North American market tends to be a little slow on the uptake on these on these green things. So I was just kind of curious. But since we're talking about North America, I think what's going to be of probably most interest to our listeners is going to be the strategy of the SECO Group in North America. So what light can you shed on what the plans are for North America over the next 5-10 years?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and this is the right time because we are working about the strategy now for entire group, and particularly for US market. We have 3 companies in US, and we would like to build more equipment. This is in line with the interest of our customers. This trend of reshoring and moving business back to North America, particularly to US. But also we see some growing business in Mexico, and to serve better the market, to provide quicker the solutions, we would like to build more equipment in US, and we see this trend, and a lot of businesses are moving their production from Southeast Asia, particularly from China, back to US, and we can provide the solutions to help our customers to run their productions within the cost effective way, having this green technologies, but also technologies which can reduce the cost of the production, cost of heat treatment processes, and metallurgical processes as well. And so this is why we would like to build more equipment here. WARWICK, our company, which provides vacuum metallurgical solutions. They're very busy with the new locations, and we have a lot of projects which are fully made in US, and we are now analyzing how to cope also with the challenge of US market to build equipment, vacuum furnaces also in US, because until today we only import the vacuum furnaces from Poland, but in Poland, in Europe in general, the lead time of some components and also cost of energy and labor is also growing. So we would like to build vacuum furnaces also in US to better serve our customers. So this will be the main focus for the next few years, to reinforce our operation processes here in US, and also to organize the way how to serve US market by local manufacturing here.
So I think it would be helpful to delineate the 3 companies that you're talking about, the North American companies. So let's just talk for a minute about, and maybe we can hit on the strategies for each of these companies. All of them understanding, wanting to do more manufacturing here in North America and service the North American market. WARWICK recently moved from Ukiah, California. They're still in office there, I understand. But tell us a little bit about that move, and then where are we going in the next 5 years, specifically with WARWICK?
Yeah, we moved from California to Buffalo in New York roughly 3 years ago. And we have a very nice facility. We are quite busy there with production and assembly of vacuum metallurgical equipment,
which is basically vacuum melting equipment.
Vacuum melting equipment, right? Like plasma equipment, electron beam equipment, and we would like to even look for more space because we have so many projects today on hand. So this is about WARWICK. We still have an office in California, in Ukiah, because we still have some good employees there, and which contributes to the good performance of the company. And we would like to maintain this office in California. So this is about WARWICK. And speaking about SECO Vacuum Technologies, we would like to, as I mentioned, start building equipment also for US market or North American market in US. And we have a new setup, new office and new facility with some floor space where we can also assemble the furnaces. We would like to start from assembly, and later gradually would like to develop the processes and also to build completely the equipment here in US. And SECO WARWICK Corporation, we just hired a new managing director in June this year, Marcus Lord, and his main focus is to grow our business in US, particularly for aluminum process equipment and also for thermal equipment. And our goal is to build equipment in US. Maybe not in-house fabrication, but use our subcontractors, and then to do the assembly on the facility, which we are also looking for to set up some facility in US.
So the Retech has moved basically manufacturing. You still have an office in Ukiah, California, but you moved manufacturing now to Buffalo. SECO Vacuum Technologies, still located in Meadville, but not in the previous building, and they do have some manufacturing capabilities now, although there's not really any manufacturing going on here except for spare parts, I assume.
Some spare parts and some retrofits like hot zones, we can do.
But the goal over the next 5 years is to start doing actual new equipment building here of the heat treat vacuum furnaces. And then the last company was SECO Corp, which is big, let's say, in aluminum
and thermal equipment,
and general line thermal equipment. And there you're going to continue to.
We would like to continue with this business and build equipment in US.
Gotcha. Okay. So that gives us a sense of the direction over the next 5 years or so.
We'll return in just one moment, but first, a word from our sponsor. Are you part of a forward-thinking team? Are you looking for resources to help you understand cutting-edge technologies in heat treat? If so, you have to check out the free ebook, High Pressure Heat Treatment, Leading the Renaissance of Hot Isostatic Pressing. This short resource is provided by Heat Treat Today through a partnership with the great people over at Quintus Technologies. In High Pressure Heat Treatment, Leading the Renaissance of Hot Isostatic Pressing, you'll learn critical, need-to-know knowledge about high-pressure heat treating, as well as where the technology is going. Download High Pressure Heat Treatment, Leading the Renaissance of Hot Isostatic Pressing to find out more. Again, your copy to freely download is at www.heattreattoday.com/ebook. Now, back to the episode.
The other thing I think would be interesting for the listeners to hear is not so much heat treat related, but it has more to do with the geography of the headquarters being in Poland. Poland's had been in the news quite a bit, primarily because of the war between Russia and Ukraine. How has that impacted your company and maybe individuals in your company, but more specifically, has it impacted your ability to manufacture in Poland?
Yeah, it was a big shock for everyone. End of February this year, when the invasion of Russia happened to Ukraine. For our company, there was the main hit was linked with the supply chain of some materials, especially commodities like steel, which was supplied for many years from either Ukraine or from Russia. And then the prices of energy, like gas, electricity, also increased significantly. And we also had some businesses in Russia. We have a company in Russia to provide the services and sales, but we stopped pretty much all the activities there. We have just completed all the contracts, and then we are not promoting our equipment there. We are not providing any quotes to Russian customers. We stopped our activities there. But it was not a big impact on our business because the volume of the business in Russia was not so big. However, since the war started, we have realized that a lot of customers linked Poland with Ukraine as a country which is very close and anytime can be in the conflict. So many customers were quite worried about the situation, and they started to ask us, okay, is our project safe? Can you still deliver our project? And so we had to guarantee it and confirm that, okay, everything is fine and we can run the projects. There was a time, especially in the second quarter of this year, when the delivery time of some materials were extended because of the situation. But it has been improved, and so today we don't see much impact on it. Obviously, from the job market perspective, it was also a significant impact because many migrants moved from Ukraine to Poland.
Oh, I think Poland was the number one country to take most in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so we organize also a lot of support as a company, as individuals of our company, also private activities also to support Ukrainians and immigrants. And there was from one side we have seen some shock and some impact on our business. From the other side, a lot of companies also started to think differently. Pandemic was the first shock 3 years ago and impacted the global supply chain of many materials and goods. And then this war was a second wave of, let's say, of impact on the businesses. And we see that some companies decided to move their businesses, to change the supply chain. And I can say that we even benefited from that because we see some growing business because the situation. Because the situation. And at the end, I would not say that the war is not a good thing, obviously, but it is also positive thing for businesses.
Right.
We also have some solutions for defense industry, and we see also growing interest not only in Europe but globally on investment in the capital equipment for increasing the production of some defense equipment.
Yeah, munitions or whatever the case may be. I was listening to a podcast this morning. They were talking about how the munitions industry in the United States is actually doing very well because they're actually trying to produce a lot more to ship to Ukraine, as well as limited, exactly. So you've had over your first 4 years in office, as the CEO, you've had to deal with the pandemic. You've got the war breaking out. I know there are some other issues that. Such as labor shortages. You've mentioned supply chain issues and things of that sort. What is keeping you up at night worrying, let's say, if there is something over that as you're looking forward? What are the things that you're concerned about?
Yeah, obviously there are some things, and one you just mentioned about the labor market. We know that the demographic factors are very, very, very bad for many countries, and including China, which is today is okay, but if you look on the long term, the demography is not doesn't look good. And so we are focusing now how to replace the human factors by automations, how to simplify the processes, how to implement the solutions which does not require a lot of labor. And so automation is one thing, and simplification of some processes, standardization of some solutions, especially for vacuum equipment, which we focus on the last few years, which save us a lot of headache because we were able to reduce the manpower required to build the furnaces. So second area is definitely the geopolitical situation, especially tensions on the line between US and China. We have a lot of businesses in China today, and also we export from China to other countries. So this is something which we have to also look very carefully how to really cope in the case if there will be any further escalation of some sanctions or limitations on the business and possibility to export our equipment. So this is why we would like to also focus more in coming years on Indian market, and we would like to set up production capacity in India and to produce more equipment, and then also particularly serve Indian market, which is growing and we see a lot of potential in India, but also later to use our capacity there to export some equipment out of India and to serve also other markets. So this is our focus for the next few years. And I think geopolitical situation is the thing which is out of our control, and this is something for everybody. Because even the job market, as I said, we can cope somehow. We can also attract our employees, and we can attract potential employees also to join our company, and we can do some special, activities. But with geopolitical situation, you can do nothing. So you have to just.
we're at the mercy of the leaders, which is always a scary thing. Let me ask you a direct question. So you've talked a lot about green technologies. Is it safe for us to say that SECO is still in the business and is addressing the business of the more conventional gas-fired type equipment around the globe, or are you moving away from that? Basically just saying, you know what, we're going to mothball some of these other technologies. We're just going to focus on green stuff.
Yeah, we do less and less gas-fired equipment, and particularly gas-fired equipment was in general atmospheric type of equipment, right, which we also changed the strategy for this product line, and we have just narrowed our portfolio to a few type of equipment only. And for some solutions, obviously, we still offer gas-fired heating system, but we see more and more interest in using electrical heating system, and also there are some development projects to use the combination of hydrogen and natural gas. Yeah? So this is a direction which we see from suppliers of heating systems, burners, and also our customers are looking, to get the solutions which are, we call it the green solutions. Yeah. So I would say that I think in the long term we will not provide combustion systems in the equipment, but currently we still have in our portfolio. But I don't really see that this will maintain for a long time, especially, as I said, since we changed the strategy for general products, for thermal product line, right, and we do not use many of the solutions for combustion products.
So the thermal, specifically here in the United States, SECO WARWICK Corporation, for example, which is takes the what you guys call the general line, right? The non-vacuum lines. Many of those products will be moving from, or you're going to try to transition many of those products from gas-fired to electric.
Yeah, but for some solutions you cannot. Yeah, you have to have combustions, and we obviously offer melting, aluminum melting equipment, and also some processing products. And but we are very flexible, and we can offer various solutions for our customers, and we always try to adjust our proposal to the customer specifications, customer expectations.
It's probably safe to say within the next 5 to 10 years, you're still going to be doing some combustion-related stuff, because it's going to be, especially in North America, it's going to be demanded. It's going to be demanded, and as most of the rest of the world knows, we've got relatively cheap energy over here.
Less definitely in Europe, especially with the current situation with the supply of the natural gas.
That's right. All right, last question for you. So I think I asked you this last time when we were talking. You're obviously enjoying your work, right? You enjoy your team. You've got a great team, and the company is doing well. What excites you personally about the next 2, 3, 4 years at SECO WARWICK?
Good question. As you said, I have a great team which supports me every day on a lot of challenges we are facing, like every company.
Sure.
I love my job. I born with the company. I grow up with the company, and I would like to see the company developing, growing with new technologies, and the market requests new solutions. And we have a great R&D teams, one in US, one in Poland, and we work on the new solutions. And I see that we can change a lot of industries with our solutions. So this keeps me really, energized every day, and to discuss about new technologies, new solutions, and how we can impact the development of various industries, like aerospace, energy sector, automotive industry. So I'm proud to see some cars where our components, our equipment was used to manufacture the components which are used in the cars, in the new solutions, So this keeps me,
keeps you energized, huh? Yeah. Well, it's good to enjoy your work. It's good to have passion for the future, and I think that trickles down to your organization. You certainly have it. That's great.
Exactly.
All right, Slawik, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, you're always a gentleman.
Thank you.
All right.
We hope you enjoyed listening to today's episode with Slawomir Wozniak. Help us help others by giving Heat Treat Radio a 5-star review or a like on any platform where you are listening, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and even on our website, where you can find the transcript and both the audio and video of the podcast. If you'd like to get in contact with Slawomir, head over to www.secowarwick.com. You can also reach out to me and I can put you in touch. My email is bethany@heattreattoday.com. What do you want to learn more about on Heat Treat Radio? Email me at bethany@heattreattoday.com. Also, if you'd like to sponsor a future episode, feel free to reach out to me. Again, that's bethany@heattreattoday.com. Heat Treat Radio would like to thank High Pressure Heat Treatment, leading the renaissance of hot isostatic pressing, for sponsoring this episode. Get your free ebook today at www.heattreattoday.com/ebook. This and every other episode of Heat Treat Radio is the sole property of Heat Treat Today and may not be reproduced in part or in whole without advance written permission from Heat Treat Today. And I'm Bethany Leone. Thank you for listening.